Hello
Hi.
and welcome to my channel.
Thank you.
This video is going to be about treating osteoporosis, but not covering the medications.
Oh, okay.
Made easy. Before watching this video, unless you already understand osteoporosis, I recommend watching my other video covering the subject.
I should watch that.
The problem with osteoporosis is that for one reason or another, the bone has become too porous, thereby making it weak. Like with most diseases, the best way to treat osteoporosis is by preventing it from happening in the first place.
That makes sense.
One thing we have to recognize is that unfortunately, the most bone we'll ever have is around the age of 30. It's all downhill from there.
That's unfortunate.
Specifically, we can lose anywhere from 0.5 to 5% per year. With this in mind, for both men and women, when we are younger than 30, the goal is to build as much bone as possible. When we are older than 30, the goal is to lose the least amount of bone as possible. But how can we do this?
Of course.
The best way is to exercise. Let's read the text. Exercising 8 hours a week reduces the risk of developing osteoporosis from 11% to 5% for women older than 65. The idea is that exercise improves bone architecture, specifically the internal structure. At minimum, exercise should be 30 minutes, 3 times a week. I want to note that exercises that put stress on the bones, like walking and weightlifting, work better than exercises like swimming and cycling. Also, I can't find any research that says for how many months or years these women had been regularly exercising in order to get these effects. Meaning, you probably can't just exercise for the 1 week and reap the benefits.
Darn.
Now let's talk about nutrition. Calcium. You need 1200 milligrams a day, which equates to around 4 cups of milk. For anyone who is opposed to dairy, there are alternatives. 2 recommendations are first, canned fish, because their bones are edible, and second, collard greens. There are many beverages sold at stores, as well as supplements that can help with obtaining the 1200 milligram. I do want to note, however, that calcium from food gets absorbed the best by our bodies. On that note, it is important that we are able to absorb the calcium we consume, rather than having it go straight through us. This is where vitamin D comes into play. Part of vitamin D's role in the body is bringing calcium out of the intestines and into the blood vessels. Now, how much vitamin D do we need in a day? At least 800 international units. We can get vitamin D from 3 sources. The sun causes our skin to produce vitamin D. All it takes is about 15 minutes in the sun without sunblock. Next, we have consuming dark green leafy vegetables. And lastly, we can rely on supplements. I was asked to make a note on vitamin K2. From what I understand, the research is conflicting. The vitamin has been shown to improve bone density in Japanese women, but not Caucasian women. Recently, however, there has been an ongoing investigation for misconduct in one of the original research papers. On that note, other than financially, I don't think it will hurt to try, but I also don't think it will do anything regarding strengthening the bone. The fun stuff. Holding back on daily alcohol consumption will improve bone health. Here are the maximum daily amounts. And no, missing 1 day does not carry the amount over to the next day. And of course, don't smoke. Now, there are medications that should be avoided when possible. One such group is glucocorticoids, also referred to as steroids. We have finished covering the ways osteoporosis can be prevented. But what if you've already been diagnosed? Remember that the main goal of treatment is to avoid breaking a bone. For that reason, our first stop will be fall prevention. You are going to want to consider factors that could lead you to falling: newspapers and cords, loose rugs, damaged floors, and dim lighting. Now, although we cannot recover the lost bone, we can strengthen the muscles. Strong muscles will improve your balance when walking. And so, swimming and cycling get a thumbs up as well. Now, most patients diagnosed with osteoporosis are going to need medication. I will be going over the different medications in my next video, so stay tuned for then. And as always, thank you for watching.